Marvis, how's my altitude?
Current altitude 23,980 feet, holding steady with a climb rate of 2 feet per second.
Perfect, let's keep it there.
Hello there, is Jarvis finally here? I have been hearing about a new AI assistant that has been exploding throughout the internet, and I want to see what this is all about. If you guys want to learn about this too, go ahead and continue watching this video, subscribe to this channel, and without further ado, let's get started. This is Jay Techie. So today I'm going to do things a little different, where I'm going to be reacting to a video explaining Claude Bot. Let's check it out and see what the hype is all about.
Claude Bot's blowing up on X and Twitter right now, and there's a lot of hype and a lot of kind of misunderstanding of what this is and isn't. So I'm just going to explain what it is very simply here and explain it quickly. So Claude Bot is not Claude Code. I've seen a lot of people that are thinking, is this Claude Code? It's not. It's an application that can use Claude Code, but it is not Claude Code itself. It's a totally different open source application called Claude.
So it was originally called Claude Bot. However, the name has been changed to Molt Bot. So because I believe the makers of Claude actually reached out to Claude Bot to change the name because it sounds similar.
It's an application that can use Claude Code, but it is not Claude Code itself. It's a totally different open source application called Claude Bot, C-L-A-W-D Bot. Here's a good way to think of what Claude Bot is. Think of your phone and messaging apps like Telegram and WhatsApp. What you do is you install Claude Bot onto your local machine or another machine, which I'll tell you about here in a second.
He mentioned that you can install it on Telegram or WhatsApp, which is really interesting because they are a messaging app, so you can be able to message your personal Claude Bot and tell it to do work on your behalf while you're pretty much anywhere, and you can simply text it and it will follow your command.
Why that's so important. And then you hook it up to something like Telegram or WhatsApp, and you're able to send messages back and forth from your phone to Claude Bot, which is living on your computer. This is not a web application, and that's important. Now, when you install Claude Bot on your computer, you're literally giving it permission to do anything that you could do. So think about this. On one hand, it's incredibly cool because now it can create files, it could code for you. It can open your browser and check all of your emails or make a dinner reservation for you. That's always a classic example. It can literally do anything you want it to do, but it has no guardrails. And
so this is a lot like the agentic feature in ChatGPT, where it can go and control things like the browser and things like that. But the difference between this is it's installed on your personal device.
it's just like a living agent that's been unleashed on your local machine. So this has caused a little bit of scuttlebutt around Claude Bot. I think it's very cool, and I've actually ordered a new Mac Mini that's arriving on Wednesday, where I'm going to install Claude Bot, give it its own email address, make an entire environment where I can unleash it and let it kind of run wild without having to worry about as many security issues. It has open ports on it, so people can.
So with Claude Bot, you can install it in various ways. You can actually get your own device. A lot of people have been buying Mac Minis to give Claude Bot its own personal device to be on, and you can also install it on things like virtual private servers and any machine you want, really. Just have to make sure that you follow the instructions on installation and safety.
Access it. It's not like it's been battle tested yet. which is probably why somebody like Anthropic hasn't released something like this yet. This tool is very cool. I don't think it's ready for the masses yet. You do have to install it through a terminal. You have to set up a bunch of configurations, but the technology that lies underneath it is very cool. What's interesting about ClaudeBot is it gets to know who you are and it will do things proactively. So like right now, when you sign up for, something like,
So, yeah, that's right. It is quite a technical project right now, and if you don't have any experience in tech, then it might be a little bit hard to understand. But hopefully, these kinds of things will be more user friendly as time goes on.
ChatGPT, you can go in and it'll give you a little bit of information about yourself. It'll learn things over time, but ClaudeBot takes this to the next level, and it's always looking for things that it can do based on what it knows about you. So for example, I make YouTube videos and I do a lot of research to make these videos. I can give it access to X, for example, and tell it to watch for things that are trending that it knows that I like, and it will send reports back to me in my phone. Okay, now at the same time, it's living on my local machine.
So CloudBot, it can do research and also make self improvements over time as it does its research. So that's sounds like an exciting feature.
And these are AIs we're dealing with. So they're non-determinate systems, meaning that they can hallucinate and make stuff up. So if they go through my contacts and decide to send a text message or an email to an ex-girlfriend, that's something that can actually happen with ClaudeBot, and that's something you need to be aware of when you.
So with the novel access of CloudBot to your messaging app or your computer, you have to be aware that it is possible that it may make mistakes, and it should be in an environment in which you don't want anything to be compromised. It needs to be in a controlled environment, so use the device responsibly.
Everybody should. If you're interested in this stuff, it might be a little confusing because you do have to get into the terminal and run a command, and if things like being in the terminal or CLI scare you, or you don't know what it is that I'm talking about when I say terminal, then open up, Claude Code and have it walk you through the setup process. I still believe you can do it, and I would test it out on your local machine, but be very careful. I actually ordered a Mac Mini and it's coming in on Wednesday, and when I get that set.
And like I said, a lot of people are ordering a Mac Mini to try this out. And with a Mac Mini, it's a fresh install and kind of has its fresh own environment to start out on.
Set up, I'm going to do a live feed of everything that I've set up with Claude Code, all the skills I've downloaded. By the way, that's another thing it has. It has a whole separate skills database that people are starting to build out, where people are starting to build skills for ClaudeBot just like they built skills for Claude Code. So I know a lot of this can seem pretty confusing.
So you can also add skills to CloudBot, where the skills, it allows it to do a different task, such as access the 11 Labs API, where it can talk and use voice, and it can do various other things. A skill to get the weather for you in a particular city, and do all kinds of things that you can install.
But think of it like this. Claude is an LLM, an AI model that you can chat with in a chat app like you would on the web. It's also an LLM that runs Claude Opus 4.5 that you run in Claude Code that you can code with. You can get Claude Bot, which is not Claude Code but can use Claude Code or Gemini 3 or ChatGPT or something like Kimi to.
So you could use any LLM that you want to power it, it doesn't have to be the actual Claude, which is a separate company. You can use ChatGPT, Gemini, and other LLMs to power it.
Run stuff. This is very expensive. I have seen bills where people have bills for hundreds of dollars a day running Claude Bot on their local machines, because remember, this isn't just doing stuff when you ask it to do stuff. You can set up cron jobs or scheduled jobs where Claude Bot's just waiting and looking around for things to do on your local machine and on the websites that you give it access to. And when it thinks it should do something, it just goes off and starts using millions of tokens to run tasks for you and report back to you on it.
Yeah, so with the installation of different LLMs, they may require token access, and so they consume tokens as the bot answers your request and processes your request. And one thing you can do is also have local LLMs installed to help mitigate that token cost, or find other cheaper LLMs that may be able to help you save some money in token usage.
It's new and it's open source, so it's all use at your own risk. So do I recommend using this? Absolutely, but just be careful. I will have mine set up hopefully on Wednesday on my machine where I can show you more of what it can actually do, and I will report back to you all on Wednesday.
So yeah, it's something that you use at your own risk. It can make mistakes, but at the same time, sounds like it's one of the most powerful applications that has been released in a while, and there's plenty of research on the internet that you can also do to see if this AI assistant is right for you. That's going to be my video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and continue to watch my videos and subscribe to the channel. And as always, this is Jay Techie. Have a wonderful day. Peace.